Hi guys, and welcome to my channel. So today I'm going to be reviewing the brand new album by, well, I mean it's been 5 years in the making since Autotheism. I'm sure you guys have guessed it. I'm going to be talking about the brand new album by the Faceless, In Becoming a Ghost. Let's just kind of like freshen up here. So it's been 5 years since Autotheism and it's a totally different lineup. So you've got Justin McKinney on guitar and Ken Sorceron on vocals, Chasen Westmoreland on drums, and then of course Michael Keane on clean vocals, vocoder, guitar, programming, all sorts of stuff. This is kind of his baby. So I'm not going to dwell on, you know, how the lineup's changed and all that sort of stuff, but starting In Becoming a Ghost, it starts on the title track, which is kind of this weird sort of introduction. It's only about a minute long, and it's got an English guy talking in it, which I thought was really weird for some reason. And it's sort of like a soliloquy, but it sets the mood really perfectly for the album to come. Of course, you've heard Digging the Grave, Black Star, and The Spiraling Void, as they've all been released as singles. So personally, I really like Black Star because it's got that, and it's got that weird sort of, I don't know, it's just typical Faceless sort of shredding. But I think where the Faceless really kind of come into their own on In Becoming a Ghost is on the tracks like Cup of Mephistopheles, which has got this sort of, it's got this weird sort of carnival aspect to it, which was kind of slowly kind of being shown on Autotheism, but I feel like it kind of bridges the link between Planetary Duality and Autotheism, and Cup of Mephistopheles is kind of like a bit of the two, because it starts off with this slow kind of symphonic sort of element, and then it goes into this like tech death wizardry, and it's got that sort of like, I found the things where no one can touch me, that sort of, you know, the keen vocals. But I'm also really digging the harsher vocals from Ken Sorceron. I think he did a fantastic job, definitely. But yeah, and it's got all the weird sort of like drum and bass sort of sounds, and it's just a really odd track. I'm usually put off by stuff when it's a cover, but there's a cover of Shake the Disease midway through the album on the 6th track by Depeche Mode, and it's amazing.
Here is a plea from my heart to you. Nobody knows me as well as you do.
Like, I listened to the Faceless's version and then I listened to the original, and yeah, okay, you can draw similarities from it. Like, the band have made it so much their own that it is almost kind of totally different. You know, obviously there's the kind of na 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 that you can recognize, but it sounds like tech death and all this sort of stuff, and it's really interesting. What I love about the Faceless is they're not afraid to kind of go in a weird direction. Like, I remember hearing Digging the Grave the first time, and you know, Spiraling Void and Black Star were kind of fairly standard shred songs, and then that classical section came in and I was just like, what is this? And then the flute came in, and I just thought, as he nicked Stephen Wilson's flutist for this, but it just worked, and it didn't sound out of place. Well, it did sound out of place, but it worked in the way that the song was progressing, and I loved the cinematics of it. I think, I'm not sure, I think that the album kind of tells a story about illness. It sounds like it might be, or I don't know. But there's a section where it says Ghost Reprise, which is kind of returning to that introduction setting, and it keeps the narrative sort of flowing. Followed by Instrumental Sickness, I think it is, which has got this cool sort of, it's a cool little guitar oriented thing. It's only about 3 minutes long, and there's quite a lot of bass in it, so it's quite prevalent, and it sounds really happy and really bright, which is quite interesting. But my only problem, I think, or maybe other people's only problem, is that it's taken a long time for this to get here, and I feel that people might not appreciate it as much as they should. Two are kind of introduction sort of things. One is an instrumental. It doesn't really leave that much kind of room for real new material, I guess, but the material that they have put together is really, really solid. And see, I would give it maybe like a 3.5, but I really enjoyed the material, and I don't want you guys to think, oh, he's just scoring everything with 4, but I think it deserves, in terms of the quality of the material, a 4 out of 5 stars, because it's great work. I mean, the Faceless, it's hard to fault them really, but I just feel that people are gonna kind of rip it apart because it's taken so long. What I really enjoyed about the record was the sense of kind of like unpredictability of it and experimentation, I think, which is the biggest thing to take away from it. The Faceless' In Becoming a Ghost is out on the 1st of December via Sumerian Records. Make sure you pick it up. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed what I was chatting about. If you did, please give me a like and click the subscribe button. I've got plenty more videos, all sorts of interviews and everything like that. And I will see you guys, actually this might be my last video review of the year. I've got some album of the years coming up, so we're kind of going to do some recap. Thanks for watching again. Alright, peace.